Welcome back to Immense Music. This is Cochise
and Judy Love,
and we got special guest Furyus in the house.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? How you doing, my man?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
You having trouble finding the place?
Yeah. I found the building. I just couldn't find the room number.
Yeah, we got to put a room number up. Yeah, it's
we're trying to.
We're working on that too.
But all that matters is you're here.
Yeah. We finally got you. We had the station director out to put a little search party out, but we got you where you need to be.
I saw that Texas State of Pardons or something.
Oh yeah. Don't let the law scare you. Don't right next to the parties place.
Everybody always says that. First time we were here, we were like, "What?"
Yeah,
like,
you got your warrants.
No, I'm clean. I was just
you got those taken care of. I see. That's what's up. All right. So starting out, how did you get your name Furyus? Could you spell it?
Furys.
Yeah, Furyus.
I guess there's two stories. One of the stories was when I started performing, one of my boys was like, "You're furious, and you own the stage. Like you're very aggressive when you're performing. Like I'm the type of performer. If I see you not moving in tune, I'm gonna grab your attention." And another thing is back in the day, people used to call me Furious Styles because I speak on like situations and how we need to improve, like Furious Styles from Boys in the Hood. So
I got you. You won't have to go in the audience and like grab him like not Kevin Gates style, huh?
No, it's like, hey, I see you. You're gonna be bobbing. I'm gonna get your attention. Like you're gonna feel this show. So
all right,
that's good.
Yeah, it's very, 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 very good, very good. So where are you from? Because I was checking out your Reverb Nation, and it seemed like you was all over. We were talking earlier, and it seemed like you was just.
I'm a nomad. I'm born in San Antonio, Texas, but I'm from the United States of America. My mom joined the military when I was 1, so I traveled. And then after graduating high school, I joined the military, and now I travel. Besides doing music, I travel. So I've been all over. Music-wise, I started off in San Diego. Then from San Diego, moved to New England, and then New England had my daughter, so I kind of calmed down a bit, moved to Texas. Then from Texas back up to D.C., and then that's when I restarted doing music. So my Reverb Nation still says D.C.
Yeah, and you are 11 ranked in D.C.
Yeah.
11. I was like, wow. Yeah, because I got a Reverb Nation page for my songwriting thing. Mm-hmm. I don't think we got past 68. So I saw 11. I was like, okay, you must be doing it up there in D.C.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's my last. Well, I'll take that back. Before the single drop, it had been like 2001, and I still been like up and down in the top 10.
Oh, word?
But in the beginning, it was a hard egg to crack, DC. But I mean, now they embrace it, which is cool. So
okay.
So now I'm starting again here, working on a new album now, and I want to put my flag down here in the DFW area. So
so do you just go to different cities and stuff and just say I'm gonna go ahead and get the top 10 here, then I'll move on once I crack this egg?
No, music is one of the things that I do, but in my occupation, I travel. Used to be air traffic controller, but my family's from here, and unfortunately my dad had stage 4 cancer. My mom needed back surgery, so I decided to stay here, and now I bought a house, so it's official.
Yeah.
Okay,
this is home base, but I also work in the aviation field. My job, I travel like 30% of the year, so I may go to Europe, Fort Lauderdale. Like last month, I was in New York, which was kind of surprising to me because I heard the criticism of New York sounds like everything else but New York, and heard Funkmaster Flex, and I was like, wow. But no, Texas is home state now, so this is where my roots are. But I still continue to do shows in New York and back on the West Coast. So
that's good.
Okay, because I listen to your music and you have a lot of you sound very East Coast.
Yeah,
it's very heavily influenced by your East Coast. It sound like.
Yeah, no, it is. I'm not gonna lie. My top rappers are Talib Kweli, Andre 3000,
all right,
Pharoah Monch, and I love how Eminem. I love people that do wordplay, and I think as an artist you have to put art in it. Right. And I miss the days when you like, did you just hear what he said? Rewind that, you know what I mean? So I like to keep it. And Nas is up there too, so I like to keep it very lyrical and very artistic.
Okay, I gotta ask, Nas or Jay-Z? Since you put Nas up there, is it?
Jay-Z is more pop, but I like Nas.
You like Nas because Nas always say stuff, huh?
Yeah.
You know that song you have with Lauryn Hill? I did not know what she was saying. I thought she was saying Black Pearls and Simone.
Oh, Nina Simone?
Yeah. Nah, what she saying?
I have no idea.
That when I ruled the world.
Okay. I remember that.
I freed all my sons. I love them, baby.
I never know anybody.
I thought she was saying black. I thought she was saying black times ends of pearl, but she was saying black diamonds and pearls.
Yeah, black diamonds and pearls.
I thought she was saying black time. I'm like, I didn't know what that was, so but I jammed it hard back when it came out. I was like, black time ends of pearl. I don't know what a pearl is, but it's black time wherever it is. Let's get it.
So how did you get started doing music? Like, what made you want to?
So I've always been good with poetry. English was my forte. As a matter of fact, English opened the door for me in high school to intern at a radio station. Again, being in the military,
right.
We moved from New Jersey to Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. When I moved to Mississippi, this is 96. I'm like, I ain't doing music, but I actually did a talent show. And I did like my own version of like a drug-free song, and then from there, one of the teachers did a background check and was like, "Okay, he's good at music." Gave me an opportunity to intern for a radio station. I ended up getting a job at that radio station and my FCC license. And then the back, if something you're passionate about, it's going to keep coming back.
Right.
So from then, one of the kids, the owner of the radio station kids, they had like a little production room. So I go in there and freestyle to just different stuff, and they wanted me to stay, but I'm like, you know what, I got to get out. So I joined the Navy. I'm in the Navy. My first duty station in Lemoore. I'm writing, and one of the guys I worked with, he had his own record label called The Bomb Entertainment, and so he signed me as an artist, and we did stuff throughout Central California, LA. But I was always in the studio in the back, like looking like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I decided, you know what, I want to learn how to do music. Eventually, we had a fallout. Like we lost a deal with Jive Records. It was pretty awful, but I saw the business end of the side. Like, okay, this is how you set up your own LLC, your own business. And I was like, I want to do my own music. However, the contract that I signed, I couldn't do anything for like a year.
Right.
So within that year, I bought me a little beat machine, a little mixer, and I learned how to do my own thing. So I transferred to San Diego, and I met up with a collective that also liked doing music, and we did our own music. And the cool thing about being in the military, we got to travel, and we sold our CDs. So we lose like Black Planet, other websites. Mind you, this early 2000. Look, we're gonna be in Cabo San Lucas. We're gonna be in San Francisco, and we out there. I was one of them dudes like just selling burnt CDRs, doing music. So we kind of grew, and then we grew apart. So then that's around the time CD Baby came out, and they came out with their digital distribution. So my official releases, my first album was like an EP. I did everything, engineered, mixed, and put it out professionally.
Oh, so you was working?
Yeah, working. I'm at the malls, like in San Diego, like just selling CDs. But the cool thing about it was I met an A&R from Motown. I met a lot of people, like the guy my mentor, my friend from MVE Records. I met him at Kinko's. I'm pushing CDs. I need some flyers for a show I'm about to do, and he's working his second job, and he's like, "Look, I got a jazz CD," and I'm like, "All right, I'll listen to it." So on the way to the show, I listened to it. I'm like, "Man, this is good." So we started working together. So my first official release that's out on the internet came out in 2003, was for Standing Alone. And then based off the feedback from that, I released my second album, Still Standing, in 2005. Around that time, I met my manager. She had an alternative band. They flew out to LA to do a show, and they needed somebody to open up. I opened up for them, and then she's like, "You know what? I'm a white lady. I don't do rock and roll, but I like what you have." And she's like, "Let's get you out to Boston and New England." I did a short mini tour there. Took a red eye. From the red eye, I don't even know where I was. I was like in Massachusetts, and I'm in New Hampshire. But the tour was a success. And then she convinced me, like, you know what? Hip hop is real big out here. This is New Hampshire. This is like Vermont. And I didn't even know they had hip hop heads out there. She's like, "Yo, you come out here and we'll make things happen." So I moved out there after I released my second album. And I'm meeting people from Bad Boy. I actually did a song with Killer Priest from Wu-Tang. I was in a collective that we was co-signed as Wu affiliates. Worked with a guy that Static Selector from Shady 45. It was a beautiful thing. But around that time,
this is all up in Vermont.
This is New Hampshire. This is Boston.
This the whole
New England. Whole New England. Like,
you.
we did a show. I did a show with Killer Priest. We did a show in Maine, out in the woods, out in the sticks. And they love Wu-Tang. Everybody I know out there, they love Wu-Tang. And I'm seeing cats So I'm looking at MySpace and I'm like, man, New Hampshire must be gangster. But then I go out to meet this producer. And he live out in the woods. I mean, ain't a brother in sight. And I'm like,
that's what I was about to ask. I feel like there's not many black people up in Maine. Is there a lot of black people?
There's not a lot of black people, but they love the hip hop culture.
All right.
And the cool thing about it is they treat underground artists like mainstream artists. I mean, in 2005, my manager reminded me I charted with Ludacris. Like I was in the top 10 on the radio stations in Boston up there.
With Ludacris?
Yeah, with Luda. So, shout out to WML, Static Selector, and everybody out there in 603 and out in Boston. So then I had my daughter, and naturally, things had to come to a standstill. I had to, I was a father, and then dealing with, unfortunately, me and her mom. I mean, we're on good terms now, but I had to deal with that. So I kind of chilled out.
Man, so your story is like littered with fallouts, man.
Well, I mean, but with music,
Yeah, it go up and down. You got to ride that wave, huh?
So then from there, I got back into the aviation field because my main concern was so around the time of 2005, things were starting to pop off. I was part of a collective with Wu-Tang, and it got to a point where I wasn't really spending time with my daughter's mom, and kind of music had to take a backseat. But the people I was with really didn't like that. They're like, "Look, we trying to do the Vans Warped Tour, blah 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 blah." But I'm like, "Look, I want to be there for my daughter." So they didn't like that, so I got blacklisted.
Oh man!
So then from there, it's like, you know what? I gotta get something stable. One thing that I actually got to do a show with Razkaz.
Okay.
And he was like, "Look, I don't know if you guys know his history, but Profile Records, they really did him dirty." And he's like, "Look, I'm at a point where they're not releasing my albums, and I can't release my albums." He said something important. He's like, "Look, with a regular job, you get paid 1st and the 15th. He's like, in the music industry, if your music don't come out, you don't get paid."
That's right.
He's like, you know what? You right.
Yeah.
So
that is true.
Yeah, I moved to Clear Lake for a little while.
I've something like that. They say you get paid week to week, but you don't tap your fee, something like that.
Check the check, so
we
neck to neck.
Yeah, we like neck to neck. There you go.
Yeah. So I moved back to I moved to Texas, and then my boy from MVE Records. He knew at that point I was just like, I'm done with music. Like you said with the fallouts, I'm done with all of it. I don't want to have nothing to do with this. But my boy was always in my ear, like, look, man, let's work on an album. Let's do something. So after the whole issue with me and my daughter's mom, I finally moved to Maryland, and I pretty much settled down in Maryland. And my boy was like, let's work on an album. I'm gonna fly you out to California, and let's do something. Like he was like, one thing I noticed was that I'm a firm believer in following your dreams and like keep it moving.
Right.
And if it's your passion, do it. If it's on a small scale or a big scale, you must make it happen. Like my motivation is at the end of the day, when I'm on my deathbed, everything that I wanted to set out to do, I did, fail or success.
That no regrets type attitude, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he flew me to California, and one of the first things we did. So my last album was kind of like my therapy because I was going through a whole bunch of stuff. As far as establishing visitation and stuff with my daughter's mom. So one of the first songs I did was to my daughter called My Thoughts, and we just took the ball and ran with it. So he kind of pushed me back into it, kind of tricked me a little bit. And then, so we did the album, doing all my stuff in D.C. Unfortunately, my father had stage 4 cancer. The My Thoughts ran its course, did shows in Philly, D.C., all that type of stuff. And now I'm here in Texas, now working on a new album called Sessions of My Mind.
Sessions of My Mind.
So,
well, can we pause you right there? Since you mentioned that, let's go into that My Thoughts, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
All right, how can we get My Thoughts up? We'll be back with some more Furious. This is Immense Music.
Yep.
All right, this is My Thoughts by Furyus. Welcome back to Immense Music. This is Cochise,
Judy Love,
and Furyus.
What's up?
Yeah, we were gonna pick up the story where you left off in the saga of Furyus. Last we left it, he was in San Antonio with his dad having cancer.
Oh yeah.
So mother needed back surgery.
So I did My Thoughts in 2011. It ran its course. Did shows in the East Coast, Philly, Maryland, Washington D.C., and California. So my stepdad, I didn't say stepdad, my dad, he had stage 4 cancer, and then also my mom needed back surgery, and the opportunity presented itself to have a job in the DFW area, and I love to travel. So with the job, I got to travel and moved down here, and was blessed to have a house built. And so one of the rooms is a studio, and my friend Gary was like, look, it's about that time to work on a new album. And I'm like, all right, cool. So the next album's going to be Sessions on My Mind. First single that dropped was Gotta Do.
Gotta Do. I like that one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we got that on the...
Yeah, you know what? With that one, I was like, you know what? I want to speak on, people stepping up to the game. And I was like, I don't know if anybody would get it. Actually, the second verse, I had Andre 3000 in mind, like his rap flow style. And I'm like, let me try to... How he kind of converses with you, like... That song, Me and You, back in the day when I was younger, Hunger. I wanted to kind of experiment with that. So the first single came out, and then right now we're just working on that. And like I said, since I'm here, I'm going to be here for a while. I know I can do shows on the East and West Coast, but I definitely want to tap into the DFW market. I see it's a melting pot. Like I see cats that are down south. I see cats that have like a little East Coast influence to them. Some people that have like that little native tongue.
Yeah,
Erykah Badu's here, the Doc's here, and like, why not?
Yeah.
Like, it's a mixture, so I feel like I can kind of do what I need to do. Like when I lived in Houston, I really didn't pursue doing my music because I just felt like
Houston has that sound.
Yeah, I was just like, you know what? I don't think I'm a
Houston got that. They got their own specific sound. Isn't that right? High from Houston. You see him over here dancing.
So yeah, I actually got a cousin out there doing this damn music. Shout out to Quinn. I liken it to in San Diego. They did their first Juneteenth celebration, and I got offered to do the gig, and this is back in 2000. Everybody looked like Pac and sounded like Pac. And here I come with some inspirational stuff, and I'm like, I don't think I match. But then people are like, man, thank you for being different. But I'm like, all right, cool, it worked. So I feel like here I can thrive, and it's like it's the middle ground. Yeah. And I told some of my label mates are in Cali, Vegas, like, look, let's do this here. I mean.
Yeah, bring them to Dallas.
Exactly.
Bring the DFW because that's I've noticed a lot of people have a lot of different styles.
Yeah, I didn't realize it till we started doing the show. It's a lot of
cats.
Everybody like comes here.
It's like the central part. Like if you flying across the states, you may have a layover in Dallas. So
yeah. So it's a very big melting pot.
Yeah, man. I like it. All right, so like, what else? You say you do a little production as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you had to pick between production or writing, what would you? Can you pick?
You know what? I'm more confident in my writing than I am in my production. I like challenges, and I challenge myself to like, look. I kind of like it. I like when what's his name said, "Seeing Sounds" Pharrell, the Nerd album. Okay. Because sometimes it's like you have this vision, but you can't get it out. Like for example, I was watching Get Up. And James Brown, he was a musician. Like, what's that? And they're like, this is a guitar. No, it's drums. Does it feel good? Does it sound good? So I have those moments, like somebody at work, and I'm like, no, I want that sound. My lane is writing, but I want to get in. That's my challenge. Like, I want to get into that. Like, boom, and it surprises me that people still download. Like my first 2 albums. I hear mistakes all day, so when people buy it, they're like, "Yo, I like this song," or it's on the stream. I'm like, "Really?" So I want to get to a point where the way I visualize it in my mind is actually like it's supposed to sound in my mind.
I don't know if that'll ever happen, man. I feel like once you write a song or you do something production wise, like I think the hardest part of production is knowing when to say stop, because if not, it'll get way too busy. Because you're like, oh, I can put this here, I can put this here, and you forget somebody got to rap or sing on top of it. Yeah. And the next thing you know, you got an instrumental track that everybody's like, what do I do with this?
We don't get it. Yeah. So the story, like one of the guys I like, and people like, really, I like Sting. He used to be an English teacher. His music, he's a good lyric writer.
You talking about the rocker Sting?
Yeah. So he has one of his guitar players is, I forget his name, but he did that song. Nas sampled it. It's like in Carl Thomas, that doom 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 doom. It's a cool guitar riff. But anyways, the original name of the song is called "Shape of My Heart." You listen to the guitar riff, you know what it is. So they argue because Gabriel, he's a guitarist, he's a musician, so he likes to, I want to showcase my music. Right. But he's like, Sting, you write way too many lyrics when we doing this music. So they kind of have to. He's like, man, Sting will listen to an instrumental, he'll go off and write all these lyrics. Where it come from under a rock? So they have to kind of marry the two. And I get exactly what you're saying, because some of my friends are like, I overproduce, and they're like, like simplify it. And then like I was researching on I can't even think of the dude's name. I just had Fergie, will.i.am. Yeah, will.i.am. He's a producer.
Yeah.
And he's like, my biggest hit was the most simplest, my lumps. He's like, that was the simplest, and people loved it. And then he went to that. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then even, shout out to Summer. We know Dr. Dre's youngest daughter, Summer.
Okay.
And then my business partner, mentor, he got to sit down with Dr. Dre. And Dr. Dre was like, same with the MC, but with a producer, it's hard to find your sound. You gotta look for it. But once you find your sound, you should stick to it, and then you'll get good at it. And as far as my boy mentor, he did Gotta Do. I remember back in the day, his stuff, he's a musician. He plays guitar, drums, and the mix, everything was all over the place. And we always used to say that his stuff is too busy, but he found that, and the way he explains it is there's a position for every instrument. You kind of spread it out, and everything has its space.
Right.
And he's perfected that.
And you got to make sure you leave a space for the vocal is an instrument, and it's kind of hard. It's easy if they're right there with you and doing it, but you got to have that space, and then and especially as a musician, you have to hold back on one to showcase everything you have. You don't want to do a song with nothing but runs. Like, I can't do it, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play 1,000 notes here because I can play 1,000 notes here.
And like as an MC, like with me, I kind of like, okay, this is where I want to stay stuff, but now I want to grow as a musician. Like, I remember I was doing some work for a female singer, and I was working on transitions. Like, okay, I want to switch the instrumental, have it sound this way, and then that way. And she's like, no, just let it ride. Like, we on the West Coast, we like to let it ride. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I think that's the battle for most producers and stuff, and even I think for lyricists, like rappers, you would think you kind of having to hold back on doing everything that you want to do, because I know you probably want to rap, we probably want to rhyme, put everything in like a twisted style.
Sometimes, you have to work on breath control. Like, there's actually a song I'm working on with this pop singer he used to be big in Germany, called his name is Vince Tom, and we're working on a song called So Fancy. And I had to kind of hold back a little bit because the beat is fast. I'm gonna flip it, but the song we see a woman in the club that's so fancy, like she's sophisticated. Yeah. She's more than your average person. I'm trying to rap to her,
right?
And I gotta kind of chill out. One more story that I heard. I was listening to Busta Rhymes. And he was like, when he first came out, rah, 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 rah. He said him and Puffy were in the studio, and he's like, the women ain't feeling that rah, rah ish. You gotta calm it down. And I'm like, every time I hear that, it's like, you know what? Yeah, sometimes you gotta dumb it down. And I'm also, like, my mentors get me into songwriting for pop artists.
Okay.
You gotta dumb it down. I can't be lyrical, and I can't sing like that. So,
Yeah.
But to answer your question, songwriting that's my comfort zone, but production is I want to challenge myself to
get better at it.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good. Everybody loves a little songwriter.
Yeah.
As I hope, because I'm a songwriter, so that's what I say.
No, to me, songwriters means you're good with your words. You use them correctly. You know what to say. Know how to say it.
Question for you. You say you get into songwriting for pop. Do you find it hard coming from a rap background to write for like a singer actually?
Yeah, because I like to try to say as much as I can. I mean, like, be lyrical,
right? But
you gotta kind of extend it to where they can sing it, and you have to be clever at the same time.
I understand.
And it's kind of hard because it's like, okay, with rhyming, it's like, okay, but then with singing it, you gotta kind of make it longer so they can sing it out. And then also try to make it clever. And I find it harder to, like, in one verse, okay, how could I want to say this and make it mean this, but I got this amount of time. It's hard. Like, the first song that I wrote for Vince Thomas, my mentor was there, and he was like, no, it's gotta, because it's kind of like you gotta. I'm just like, man, you would think it'd be more it'd be easier since it's less complicated, but it was hard.
Can you sing? You want to sing a little bit of the Vince Thomas song?
No.
All right. Well, we're gonna go to actually "Gotta Do."
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go to that. We'll be right back with some more Furyus on Immense Music.
Ooh, the streets is hot.
Welcome back to Immense Music. We're his Cochise.
Judy Love.
And we're here with Furyus.
What's up?
Yes.
We're just in here going back and forth about our favorite producers and stuff like that. I'm a Jermaine Dupri fan. You said you was
Yeah, I like Jermaine. Dang, I don't even remember who I was talking about. There's so many.
Yeah, you talking about?
Y'all was talking about Usher,
Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Rodney Jerkins.
Yeah.
Your boy Teddy Riley, New Jack Swing.
Oh man, that New Jack Swing right there. These people, because we were talking about how you got to have your own sound. If you want to be famous, go ahead and copy somebody else. But if you want to be remembered, you get your own sound.
Oh, we forgot Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones, like. The funny thing is, man, you could play Thriller and Off the Wall can compete with anything out now. I think like every club I go to, they either play something from Thriller or something from Off the Wall, and the mix is incredible. It's
amazing. And you know what? And the music's not even that hard. It's not complicated music behind it. That is genius right there. Genius. Quincy Jones, if you're listening, come on the show. Yeah, Quincy Jones, amazing. And when I saw him in Ray, I was very taken aback. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, that they were from the from Chicago. Yeah, I didn't realize they were that close. But you notice too when you do your history, a lot of people that are coming up, everybody knows everybody. You know, everybody. And I think that's kind of cool. Like even with James Brown and I can't think any.
James Brown, he was actually dated Tammy Terrell, all that Motown people. David Ruffin, he was with Little Richard.
No, I remember the movie with Little Richard. Like he have you seen the movie?
I ain't seen the movie.
There's a part of the movie where he kind of upstaged Little Richard, and Little Richard's the one that gave him advice. Like, look, if you want to be somebody, cut some records.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's crazy how many people you run across like on your way up, and you probably can attest to that. How many people you just once you have to get into music and start doing it.
Yep.
Because you named yourself for quite a few people. You know,
like I know a few people that I've seen on some shows. Like, dang, I know I came up with them.
Exactly.
And some other people, like we got this other rapper. He's on the label named Vernac, short for Vernacular, and he keeps me on my toes. That brother is like an outside thinker. We have an idea actually that we're working on. It's called Look Into Myself, and it's basically us talking about our daughters. And he has another song called Artwork. And you think it's about art? No, he's talking about a woman. And I'm like, that's the way he thinks. He's to the left with it. So
right. He's with the metaphors. Oh Lord, here, don't get your love started.
I'm just saying. He said it. I had to.
You had to say the artwork.
Yeah, we are.
That's why he's using the waist trainers, trying to perfect that art.
For a shorter period of time, but the waist trainers is 20% of everything else. It's hard work and sweat.
There you go.
Sweat blood until you sweat. So, all right. So your label NVE Records.
NVE Records.
Now you have. I said okay because she thought I was saying M as in Mary.
For the longest time,
I was telling her to look it up.
Okay.
And she was looking up MVE.
Yes, for Night Vision Entertainment Records.
Thank you.
Yeah, NVE.
Thank
you. Yeah, so you have a lot of people on there. What, about 8 people on the roster?
Yeah, it's hard for me to keep up. Shout out to Gary Devine, CEO, Mandy Lee. So yeah, we got about 8 people. It's growing. Like I told you. Now we've been blessed to get into placements on different television shows. Like for example, I think I want to say My Thoughts. My Thoughts was it either Craft Wars or Breaking Amish? I've had the blessing of having
Breaking Amish.
Yeah,
is that the show with the Amish gangsters?
Yeah.
Man, if my boy LBJ is listening, he's gonna crack up because I saw that show and I was like, I think we could take over the Amish and get something going since they're tax free and they were growing weed out there.
Yeah,
I said if you want to get a thing going, go ahead, bust up that Amish thing because they're Amish. It shouldn't be too hard to take over. So I like this show. So you got your My Thoughts on that show.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And Craft Wars. What else? So Breaking Arm and Craft Wars. Dance Moms. Just to name a few. So we've had, but as a collective, I mean, just as label wise, there's been stuff on The Voice. There's been a whole bunch of stuff. So it kind of brought more light to the label, and now we're able to, NBE Records is able to sign more artists. The cool thing is, another thing is, my mentor and friend, he's a musician. He's a drum player. He's also a bass player. He plays in the church. He doesn't just do hip hop. It's pop. It's other stuff. So he's able to have a label with more than just R&B and hip hop. So it's all types of genres of music. Like for me as a producer, my comfort zone right now is hip hop and R&B.
All right.
But like I I like to say you surround yourself with people that are at your level or above your level.
Okay.
So it's kind of like with Diddy was with Russell Simmons. So I'm that guy in the back.
Right.
I've always been that guy in the background. Like, okay, how do you tweak this? Okay, I see you.
Hey, be careful. Didn't he get kicked out at some point in time?
But you gotta be humble. Like I'm a humble cat, man. I'm not Hollywood. At the end of the day, I tell people like, yo, music is one of the many things that I do, and you know, I got a family. I got a 9 to 5, but luckily, I'm blessed that the music pays for itself, and then some.
Oh, that's definitely a blessing right there. That is definitely a blessing. All right, man. Well, we're coming close to the end of the hour, so let the people know. Oh, actually, on the Interview Records, are there any collabs between you and some artists? Like, I know you said you and Vernac are going to do something else.
Me and Vernac, me and Vincent Thomas of the pop group Us Five, we're doing a song together, and like. Me and Gary Devine. I actually did a song with GOAT, Grace of Absolute Truth, that's based out of here. And that's so far, like the album's 50% done, so there's more to come. Okay, yeah, because I wonder whenever I see like a label with a bunch of different people on it, is it like a collaborative where they just get together and they just vibe off each other and then they just kind of put it out like, yo, we sound good together or something like that? Something like that? Yeah, normally what we do is like, we'll have a song and I'm like, okay, for this song, maybe we can do this, or somebody have a song, hey Furyus, I want you to jump on this. It's pretty much open. Okay, all right. So speaking of which, I know I have some of the other people, the new people on the label, we're working on some stuff. So okay, we're looking out for that then. Yeah. All right. So let the people know where they can find you. MVErecords.com. Of course, Reverb Nation, Furyus, SoundCloud, Furyus. I'm on Instagram, Furiously Speaking, Twitter, Furyus, and Beats Radio, all the online streaming services. I'm there. So just Google search Furyus and you'll find me. Yeah, I was about to say you can spell that Furyus. Yeah, Furyus. I like that. Yeah. I like that. All right. Well, are you doing any shows coming up recently? Or you got? No, I'm right now. I'm in the lab. Studio. Yeah, I'm in the dungeon trying to get this out. In the lab. I feel you. Yeah. All right. Well, look for Sessions of My Mind coming soon. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna take it out with Just Like Music, man. Tell us a little bit about that. Just Like Music, man. With blurred lines, So I wanted to do my own ode to Marvin Gaye. I love the Just Like Music, and then just the way the beat stops and goes. I was like, you know what? I want to flip this, but I also want to kind of add elements of Marvin Gaye into it. So it's just something I had fun with. Okay. It's definitely a fun record to listen to. Well, thank you for listening to music. Thank you for listening to music. Thank you for listening to music. Yeah, this is Just Like Music. All the music together. Yeah, you don't think they're going to understand this, man. It was crazy. All right, thank you for tuning in. This has been Miss Music with Cochise
and Judy Love.
And special guest Furyus. Thanks again. And tune in next week, 12 to 2.
Every Saturday.
There it will be there.